everybody, and welcome to the show that the New York Times said, we've never heard of it, and who is Frank Nicotero, and why won't he stop emailing us? Thank you, man. Well, that's me, Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan, and this is Punchlines, live from the South Point Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and today's episode promises to be almost as cool as this military flyover Allegiant Stadium for Super Bowl 58. Okay, so they're on the roof. Yeah! Shooting off fireworks. Here they come. I don't know if that's the Blue Angels.
It's the Thunderbirds.
The Thunderbirds, okay. Those people are harnessed on the roof. And once again, I think the first thing that pops into your head is, military flyover for a dome stadium.
Yeah. But it's kind of
translucent a little bit.
See the shadows.
So they could have just had some drones fly over and been like, oh, look, it's the military.
Yeah.
Check it out. There's a guy on the microphone screaming. Anyway, that was a cool video. At least cool perspective to see a military flyover.
From the top of the stadium, yeah.
From the top of the stadium of a dome stadium. Anyway, on the show today, via the video, I believe we have his likeness here. You can see him in the chair. That's the chair he'll be sitting in come March 12th through the 15th. Do we have a shot of Denny at the microphone there? Oh, special shot. Here we go. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, right by the microphone. The old southpaw. Denny will be here to talk about the week. He'll be in studio and the lineup of celebs and athletes he's putting together for us when he's here March 12th through the 15th is amazing. We got a couple potential Hall of Famers, a couple actors, a lot of good stuff. So it's going to be fun. So Denny will be here joining us in the video. And then later in the show, what day is it, Ryan?
Thursday.
It's Thursday, so that means Jeff Parles will be here. Mr. 8.5 Minute Mile himself, JP. We're going to talk sports lines and see if he likes the nickname I just gave him, JP.
JP. All right.
You think he likes that? You think he'll like that?
Better than, my name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff. He hates that. He hates when you and Sean do that.
He's not
like when
you
put that video together when he was gone for a while and it was him with The Shining, right? It was Nicholson. And you put, my name's Jeff. And he was like, Jeff, are you watching? Because I know you didn't like that. So I'll ask him about JP. And Amanda, I have nicknamed Spice, Ryan Spice McCormick.
Yo.
Because, you know, whatever. Ryan, did you have a nickname from your family or friends when you were a kid?
Yeah, a couple different ones. My mom always called me Monkey Doo.
Monkey Doo?
Yeah.
Aw.
And then,
I'll have to tell her that next time we message each other on TikTok, which is the most bizarre thing to say.
And my Nana, whose birthday it is today. So happy birthday, Nana. Love
happy
you.
birthday. Nana, who you just took to her first night's game.
Yep.
They lost, though. You got her a loss, but, you know, it was the effort.
Sure.
She called you what?
Just Ryby. And then...
well, that's your middle name is a B, right? So Ryby? Okay.
Yeah, and then there was Little Big.
Little B.
Little Big.
Little Big.
Yeah, so like a Big Mac, because my McCormick could be abbreviated to Mac.
Yeah.
My pop would call me Little Big Mac.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's all the time we have for Punchlines live in Nevada.
You
every
asked the
show.
Nicknames, man.
No. That's cute. Caden and Sean, anyone have a nickname they want to volunteer or tell us about? And nope. Caden? Cheeks? Caden, who works on the show, Cheeks. Turn to the camera. Oh, it's off. All right. Anyway, he's got cheeks. Because you got cheeks.
We all have cheeks.
You know what? As a child, I was called Chubby Cheeks. Me and Caden have so much in common. Our age, our nicknames. He's 20. My grandfather called me Butterball. Like a turkey. Thank you, Sean. Yes, I think everyone had that visual. Yep. I looked like a turkey. Also, I think we've mentioned before my high school nickname, Blade. I can't really get into Blade. It was
Blazer.
It was before metal detectors. You could carry a blade around. It was in the 50s. Me and Fonzie. No, it was a pitching style of Larry McCoy. But I still have people that only call me Blade. All right. Moving on from the nicknames. Today is February. Fred Brew dog, bro. We haven't thrown a beer back in a while, Ryan. Well, I guess you're now a dad. We threw a couple back watching the Lions and Detroit game. Remember that?
Yeah. Good time.
That was our only time ever out socially together.
We went out to the fan experience, but that wasn't.
Oh, the fan experience, but we only drank overpriced waters at the fan experience.
Right.
Me, you, and Drew Dog. Exactly. Anyway, it's February 21st, 2024.
22nd.
22nd.
It's the second time you've done
Why
that
have
this
I
week.
not gotten the... Okay, by the way, if B-Town Dummy is watching, I apparently was talking about the Georgetown Hoyas, and I meant to say Patrick Ewing and Alonzo Mourning. Instead, I said Patrick Swayze and Alonzo Mourning, and that's because Patrick Swayze, he ghosted the... Oh, he was Ghost in the movie Ghost. No? Nobody puts him in a corner, though. All right, anyway, I said, thank you, B-Town Dummy, for pointing out. He's like, yeah, no one on your staff caught it. I'm like, oh, they caught it. They were just embarrassed. Because I asked them after the show. They're like, oh, yeah, we heard it. We thought you were a moron. February 22nd.
There you go.
2020. How did I mess that up? 2 days in a row. It's National California Day. That's all that's really important. Happy National California Day to everyone. It's where I've spent half my life living. Do we have a graphic of that or no? I'm just mentioning it.
Yeah.
Just imagine California. There you go. Let's see. And the reason I bring up Cali is the NBA's back, right? We had the All-Star break.
That it is.
A lot of NBA action, and there's 4 NBA teams that are in Los Angeles or in California. 2 in Los Angeles. Oh God! And I'm trying to do a show. Bless you. Anyway, 2 of them are against each other. The Lakers versus the Warriors, which is a good second half opener right there. Warriors are currently like -5.5.
I think it's gone up because LeBron's not playing.
LeBron is not playing.
Yes.
See, this is why he should have rested that ankle during the All-Star game.
Yeah. When he's dunking. And,
right.
yeah.
What are you doing? This game is, they're both like on the bubble for the playoffs, and he's out there because he wanted to play in his 20th All-Star game.
Which he probably shouldn't have been.
I didn't realize he said the line went up to what? Do we know what the line is?
It looks like it's just 6 flat.
Okay, it's 6 flat. But anyway, Lakers at Warriors.
3. Yeah.
241.5. Then the Clippers, like a sexy pick. Everyone's thinking Lakers have a shot.
They're in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
That all-time series. Do you want to guess what that's at?
Oh, it's probably, well, when you say something like...
They've played 230 games against each
Okay,
other.
it's probably 115 and 115.
It is 144-86. Oklahoma City.
Oh, my God, really?
Yeah. So...
Does that go back to the Seattle days or just Oklahoma?
I would think it goes back to Seattle.
Probably, yeah. It's like, I got a kink in my neck. Sorry, everybody. Oklahoma's favored at home.
Yes. I would think they're only favored by 1 right now.
Yeah.
But the home teams won that matchup the last 4 of that matchup.
Okay, these are good stats. These are if you're thinking about betting that game tonight. There you see the line. 236 is the over/under. That's gone down. I had it at 237.5 yesterday.
Nobody's hurt, so everybody
yeah, right.
Be a full going
LeBron's not playing in that game either.
Yeah.
I remember when Oklahoma City had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden.
Yep.
And they never won a title.
Right. Well, they got close, blew the 3-1 lead to the Warriors.
The Warriors, that's right. Yeah. I mean, to think of that team, though, that's 3 Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And they never even got to the finals, for God's sakes. But, yeah, wow. And then the other California team, the Spurs at the Kings. Sacramento, another pick.
There you go.
I mean, Fox is amazing, right?
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox.
They're 9.5-point favorites. What's the Spurs?
Exactly.
Did you see the picture of Wemby meeting Shaquille O'Neal? It was a video.
No.
During the All-Star facility, Wemby meeting Shaquille O'Neal. It's the only person you've ever seen make Shaquille O'Neal look small. I mean, obviously, he's like thin as a rail.
Did you see that Shaq was butthurt that his tribute at the Magic, or his jersey retirement at the Magic, wasn't aired on TNT?
Was he really?
Yeah. It was put on NBA TV, and he was like super butthurt that it wasn't on like an national broadcast.
Oh wow! But if I'm not mistaken, it went really, really long.
Yeah.
Like apparently that's been like a meme going around as like how long it lasted. They're like it lasted a really long time. Shaq? You've had your number retired 30 times. Give us a break. We know you're great, and by the way, he does a lot of good. So I'm a big Shaq fan. I was thinking of California parlay tonight. Ryan and Sean, maybe, I don't know. We could talk about that. Just all Cali teams. Just take all the Cali teams. Maybe not the Lakers. I would take the Warriors,
the Clippers, and Kings.
And the Kings, maybe.
Well, I looked at the ones that I thought would happen. So I took the home teams in all of them, and it'd be plus 222 is what the payout would be.
Ooh.
So, but if you want the Clippers,
and the show Room 222 took place in California that no one remembers but Ann.
The date is also 222.
What is? Oh, we're doing that. Today's 222. It's fate. Vinny, punch the ticket up. All right, we're doing it. Today is episode 95.
All the home teams on the money line.
All the home teams on the money line. I like it. And it's okay, we're doing that. Maybe if you subtracted some of the money I owe for saying my hometown, maybe we could. How much does that add for you? This is a bad idea. Ladies and gentlemen, I said every time I mention my hometown.
Bob Dell says if you say it right off we're kind of off the bat already, but he'll Venmo you 5.
No, Bob, I'm not going to say it to get it right up because I will say it more. The Pirates spent money. Yeah, Minidar brings up. It's a good point. I woke up to the news that the Pirates, was that?
Yeah, no, I'm just, go ahead.
Because I wake up late. I don't wake up that late. I get ripped on the sportsbook thread that I wake up late.
Yeah.
I'm up late in the lab
There you
putting
go,
this show
another
together.
nickname for you, Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, yeah. So, so anyway, they gave him $77 million.
Yeah, Mitch Keller, 5 years, 77
yeah,
million
so that's
extension.
for the Pirates. That's big, man. And Mitch Keller, that was good. I think he's kind of a head case, so it's good to lock him up. Maybe he can relax, but he closed strong.
Well,
We've had a lot.
The phrasing was weird.
Okay, it's not a head case. I'm just saying he has a lot of mental roadblocks that have prevented him from being really good. He didn't trust his stuff.
You don't want him to get locked up.
I do want him locked up because I think now he can relax. I can feed my family.
We're talking about 2 different locked ups.
Jail?
Yeah.
No, I don't want him getting locked up.
Exactly. The phrasing was...
He's going to be our ace, and on most teams,
Right.
he'd be a 3 or 4 starter. I don't know. All right. Episode 95 today. Yeah, Minidar. Yeah, well, who else is out there today? David Sanders. The Thunderbirds are based at Nellis, which is that's your dad, right? Stepdad?
Yeah.
And they're close by.
Yeah, Nellis Air Force Base is on the north side of town. Yeah.
Right, and that's what I passed to get to the racetrack.
Yes.
I'm tying it all in. Next
Getting the
weekend,
map
there's
of
the
map of the
something
valley.
400. What is it? The Phoenix? Pennzoil?
Pennzoil.
Pennzoil 400. And I'm going to go out there and cover that race. It's going to be fun. I'm going to come out, Ryan?
Well, next week they've got the
Swap meet?
basketball or baseball tournaments at the ballpark.
Oh, I'm going to that too. Oh, that's right. I know. I'm pulling double duty maybe. We'll see. Let's see. B-Town Dummy. What does Frank spend more of his gambling when it's on his haircut or his wide variety of hoodies? You know, Christian, I don't need that kind of guff this early in the show. The hair, I haven't cut my hair. I'm just getting a lot of compliments on the hair. I guess I should just. Did I shower today, Ann?
Doesn't smell like it.
Today's Thursday. I did not. Okay. And Keller will not top 10 wins. There's a Pirate fan right there. Frank Murgy already thinking Keller won't top 10 wins. All right, let's get on with the collage because we haven't had one in a couple days. It is episode 95. Ryan, 95. So that means our 100th show will be next week.
Yep.
And our 101st show where I have to dress up as a 101 Dalmatian for losing a bet.
Yep.
All right, I'm working on that.
Tuned.
I'm working on it. All right, episode 95. I believe you put together a collage.
Yes.
Let's take a look as I take a sip of my Pepsi. Hold on.
Yep. I did players again, so
Players. All right, let's take a look.
got the name on there, so no quiz this
All right,
time
no
for you.
clues. Anyway, bottom left,
You're just gonna skip
the
looking at
Chief.
names.
Yeah, who is that? Is that
It's the first name on the list.
Chris Jones? Oh, that's Chris Jones. Okay, sorry, I couldn't see the monitor. There was a glare.
Uh-huh.
Chris Jones, who sat out a few games, right, in a contract dispute.
Yep.
Says, camp, I don't want to do camp. I don't want to play the first few games. I'll watch you guys from the box, and then I'll help you win a Super Bowl. Pretty good.
Yep. Now a 3-time champ.
3-time champ. You got William Fuller in an Oilers outfit.
Yep.
I like that. Listen, I hate the Oilers. Grew up hating the Oilers. Top 5 uniforms of all time.
The baby blue is always good.
The baby blues. I love you, blue. They had a song. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers. Houston Oilers #1. It's a great song, but the Steelers crushed them. Next up, you got Richard Dent. You got to put Richard Dent in there, right? I mean, Hall of Famer.
Yep. Super Bowl champ. 85
Super Bowl
Bears.
champ. Why do you have him not in a Bears outfit? Oh, there he is. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was like,
very-
where is he?
very
He
Bears.
blended in between the punchlines with Frank Nicotero logos.
Yeah, but he's pointing at the Punchlines logo.
He's pointing at it because he watches every day. William, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Richard.
Right, Richard. Next up, Quentin Williams. You got Quentin Williams in there from the Jets. He was very highly featured on the past season of Hard Knocks. Q. They showed him signing his contract, which was huge. How many millions did he get? Jeff Parles, a lot. Jeff Parles is saying this much.
Over.
A lot. It was over Mitch Keller money. I might have been around Mitch Keller money, actually. It might have been around $77 million. Not really sure. Then yesterday, I insisted on my way out as you were building it that I have to see Steelers number 95, Greg Lloyd. Now, Greg Lloyd was probably one of the most feared men in the NFL because he was great. Him and Kevin Green, they were amazing. But I'll tell you what, my uncle lived 2 houses down from Greg Lloyd, and Greg Lloyd would be outside. He'd mow his lawn in shorts and no shirt. And he was just, my uncle's like, it was a freak, and he would wash his car with the hose, no shirt on. And anytime any neighbor would walk by, walking the dog, or try to say hi to him, he really wouldn't say hi. He didn't want to really talk to anyone. Be like, hey, how you doing? How you doing there, Greg? Just keep watching, keep mowing. He was so strong he could mow and wash his car at the same time.
Stay off my lawn.
Yeah, no one. He had the perfect lawn in the neighborhood. But anyway, Greg Lloyd, Steeler Hall of Famer for sure. Then last but not least, well, that's the whole list. Thank you. That was a good list. There you go.
The defensive player of the year.
I'm not saying that.
I put him in that spot.
In the hashtag spot just to piss me off.
Yeah, and Greg Lloyd right above him.
Oh,
could have swapped them, but
you could have. You should have. I refuse to mention that he won Defensive Player of the Year. I'm sorry.
You just did.
I just did. He did not deserve it.
No, I'm not going to disagree with you there.
I know. Every stat, you put him with TJ Watt head-to-head, TJ Watt, and all of them had more. They tied for, I think, fumbles or tackles for losses. Something stupid. TJ Watt was robbed. That's just ridiculous.
He just has to go to the Panthers now, and then he'll win Defensive Player of the Year.
Myles Garrett. And then Stefanski, we've talked about this. All the Browns, yeah, they made the playoffs for about 10 minutes. And then
I did think Stefanski should have won Coach of the Year. I get D'Amico Ryans taking the team that should have had the first overall pick.
Yeah.
Taking them to the playoffs, but
do you want to talk about the first overall pick for the Bears?
I'm okay.
Oh, he's not allowed to, or he has to put $5 in the jar. Damn it, he's too good. All right, so like I said, Jeff Parles is going to be here. Jeff Parles, well, he's already here.
Yeah.
He's physically already in the studio. I don't know if you heard the opening of the show, but I nicknamed him, I called him JP. And we're going to find out if he likes that nickname, JP. If I can call him, hey, JP, because I call Alex and W, because her middle name's Nicole, Alex and W. I don't know. We'll find out. We have a guy right now that I nickname Friend.
Hi,
Stud. He said stud. Hey, and look, his camera's steady. Ladies and gentlemen, two-time All-Star World Series champ, friend of 30 years plus, and a gentleman who will be in this studio. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but is it too hard to take a shot at Denny right now at his seat where he's at, Ann? Here we go. This is what you'll look like, Denny, right there. There it is.
Oh.
Right by the microphone. Denny is here. Oh, he's got to show off the left gun right there. Denny Nagel is here. Denny, what's happening, buddy? You were just, where were you just coming from? The beauty salon, or where were you?
That's later. Yeah, I'm getting I'm getting the Brazilian wax later.
That is a horrible vision. That is something I never wanted to hear about, but now I can't.
But you weren't complaining when you gave me that last one.
Listen, I owed you a bet. So anyway, Denny is here. Denny, there's a lot going on. I mean, spring training, pitchers and catchers are there. Tomorrow is the opener. Is that correct, Ryan? We have the Dodgers and Padres tomorrow.
It's today.
It's today.
Yeah,
that's right.
It started about 7 minutes ago.
7 minutes ago. Spring training is here. So there you go. Oh, it's on. Thank you. Jeff Parles just pointed out the game's on, and I had first pitch strike for $2,000. What happened? I don't know. Reno Pauls knows what I'm talking about. So anyway, spring training. What was your spring training experiences like? Maybe your first one was with Minnesota or Pittsburgh. I'm not sure.
Minnesota.
Okay, yep. So Minnesota. Yeah. What was that like?
Dude, I mean, it was so crazy. My first big league camp, because we had veteran guys like Jack Morris, Chili Davis, Ken Herbeck, Dan Gladden. We had a mix of ragtag guys and stuff, whatever. But just really good veteran guys, though, man. Like Jack Morris took me and Scott Erickson and a couple of the young pitchers under his wing. And Jack wasn't a real vocal guy, but I'll tell you what, Frank, that guy led by example, though, man. I don't remember how old he was at the time. If I was to guess, I would say Jack was probably, you can look it up, Ryan, but in 91, I would say he was 35, 36 years old at that time.
If not even older, yeah. That's when they won the series. Yeah.
Right. But a guy who at that point, Frank, he'd been through the ringers, and stuff, pitching a World Series, had done about everything you can do in the game and then some. And I mean, he, like I said, he led by example. That guy was just working his tail off on the backfields. You never saw him take a play off. He just was a consummate professional as far as how hard he worked. And then Chili Davis was my guy.
I loved Chili Davis. Yeah, I loved him when he played, man. He was awesome. He was a good dude.
He was a great dude, man. Chili was the guy that took us under his wing and showed us the off the field etiquette. And
now, are you allowed to talk about any of that? Is there anything you can tell us about some of the things Chili Davis taught you?
We had some good team meetings and some bars out and about in Fort Myers. Let's just say we definitely got to know the Hooters waitresses on a personal first name basis.
Oh God, that just makes me think of the Michael Scott the Office episode when he takes Jim for lunch. He takes him to Hooters, and he's like, "Why don't you order the breasts?" So anyway, so spring training. Now you said Fort Myers. Now you were there with with the Pirates. I didn't say the full. By the way, Denny, I have to alert you. The reason I was laughing before, I'm not allowed to say the word the town where the Pirates play. Yeah, I gave it up for Len. Well, you can say it as much as you want. So as you can see, Ryan's holding up $45. That's $5. So I've mentioned it 9 times since Len started last Wednesday. So in a little over a week, 9 mentions.
8
so
days.
8 days. Yeah. So anyway, I keep saying it. So I already said it once.
Frank, you and I met in Atlanta, right?
No, don't say it. No, you're trying to get me to say it. You son of a, you're trying to bait me. You know, we met at Kangaroos on McKnight Road. Which was a bar. Okay, so anyway, like Bradenton, very sleepy town. When I was there for my birthday a few years ago, the town kind of rolls up at night, right? But I guess that's good. Or I mean, what do you do? Because I remember like 9 o'clock, it was like everyone's like going home.
I can share a funny story if
yes.
It's pretty funny and it's relatively PG rated.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's just say that there was an establishment called the Peekaboo Lounge down in Bradenton, Florida.
Okay.
And it was of the dance variety, as you will. And so my dad, who Frank, he's one of the guys. So Pops would come down and Pops would partake in the Peekaboo Lounge, and he wanted to see what that was all about and everything too. But my first spring training, that first year with the Pirates. So now my dad and our good buddy Dave, who used to come down every year to spring training, they were down there earlier, and we had visited the Peekaboo Lounge a few times. And so my mom came later, and now the last game of spring training, 1992, a bunch of the young ladies from the Peekaboo Lounge attended the last spring training game, right? So they're going nuts, basically, for everybody that they knew on a more, intimate level, as you would say, and who would partake in their dances, let's just say. And so, anyways, long story short, you could tell they would just kind of like give a little clap if somebody came up who never went there and stuff. And then, anybody that they knew a little bit more, they would, yeah, come on, Roger, whoever. And so my mom is sitting there and kind of like, a little disgusted going, oh my God, this is awful like that, and all I got to say, Denny Sr., is that they better not be cheering for our son like that. So sure enough, I come into pitch like in the 7th inning, and not only did they cheer loud, I think I got the loudest ovation that day. Hey, come on, Danny, and my mom just looks right at my dad and goes, and you wouldn't know anything about this now, would you, Denny Sr.? He's like, I know nothing.
They're all like, yeah, he paid for this outfit. Yay, he bought all our beers. Oh my God, that's priceless. Yeah, and so I had sent you that article about the Pirates and how they, the ownership. I don't know if you got a chance to read it. It's been kind of brutal, but today they at least opened up their wallets and they paid Mitch Keller 5 years, $77 million. So for the Pirates,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was just announced this morning. So Keller's getting $77 million, which is huge for the Pirates. And
yes.
Look, I have the win totals here of all the teams you played for. You want to take a guess with the win total here at the South Point Sportsbook, where you can come down and get your sheet, see all the win totals. What do you have the Pirates, Reds, Rockies, and Braves at? The teams you played, and the Yankees. Pirates, what do you think the over-under for wins is?
For this year?
For this year. No, for 2 years ago. Jesus, yes, this season.
I thought we were talking about 2016.
No. For this year, what do we have it posted here at the South Point?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say 60.
Oh, Jesus. They're not that bad. They have it at 75.
I know. All right, come on. I'm joking.
No, 70. Oh, did you hear me? I don't know if you heard me. I just said it.
I swear to God, though, Frank, I was going to say like 71.
They have it at 75 right now, so it's still not 500. Okay. It's 75, but the number you just said fits your Colorado Rockies. They have the Rockies. I think that's the lowest at 60. What's going on in Colorado, man?
I swear to God, I was going to say my next line was going to be that number could come to fruition for another team.
We will give you full credit. They have them at 60. I mean, what's going on down there? I mean, you're there. You're in Colorado, right?
Yeah. Frank, I'll tell you, it's another situation, I think, where a lot like the Pirates are in that, the Monfort brothers, Dick and Charlie Monfort, have owned that team since its inception. And, Dick is pretty much the day-to-day operations guy. And I feel like it's almost become of like, for them, it's like a badge of honor, hey, it's a cool thing. We own this team, come check it out. And they bring their friends down and everything, and stuff. And they get the great seats and it's the perks and all that stuff, but are they really in it to win it? You know, and that to me is what this game should be all about. Whether you're a player, you're an owner, a GM, a coach. You know, I mean, isn't the ultimate goal to try to put together a championship team and make a run for a championship? But it just seems like teams like the Pirates and the Rockies and, you know, I mean, not that long ago, you know, even the Orioles, you know, with the way Angelos ran that team and stuff, at least they've kind of turned it around. But I think that's the problem. I think Dick Monfort needs to just sell that team and sell it to a guy that's going to put some money in that organization and try to win.
Yeah, and they also blew a lot of money flying in the Peekaboo Girls. I know that they come to a lot of the games in Colorado because the atmosphere.
That was the Gold Club out of Atlanta.
I spent many a night
New York Knicks
outside. Yeah, and Jose Canseco, and we know all about those stories of the Gold Club. So all right, what do you think the Cincinnati Reds? So that's a team on the rise. They got Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah.
What do you think their number is? Total wins here at the South Point.
Good young talent. I'm going to say 80.
They have them at 82.5, so pretty close on that. So they think they're a little over 500, and in that division and in the National League, you're probably competing for a wild card.
Yeah, honestly, Frank, the only reason why I said 80 was because I just don't know what their pitching is going to look like.
Right. Yeah, and then we have the Yankees and Braves. So Yankees and Braves, what do you think the Braves are, knowing that last year how stacked they were?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 104.
They are 101.5, so pretty close. They're the second highest because they have the Dodgers at 103.5. With the Dodgers loaded up, man. They're opening the season in Korea, I think, about a month from now.
Yep, in Seoul, Korea.
But and then the Yankees who made some big moves, right? They got Soto. And what do you think the Yanks are?
Marcus Stroman, too.
Marcus Stroman, who I was hoping.
Stroman. You know, I think he's one of those good, solid guys that can be a good, solid number 3 or 4. I don't think he's a top of the line rotation guy. I think he's, you know, I think he gets in his own way sometimes. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But I'm going to say, you know, but just as a betting man, I'm going to say they put them at 100.
Okay, 100 to 100 wins, 92.5.
100 on the nose. What they have, Matt?
Under 92.5.
92.
Oh, 92.5. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was giving them more credit.
Okay. Oh, hey, Denny. The Yankees is 92.5. Sorry. Oh, you heard him move over? Okay. Do we have stills of Denny's last appearance? Oh, okay. Because last year.
Hey, I was sick.
You were sick. You were sick. And
we were on a break.
We were on a break. I know. You were sick, and they're like, I didn't realize. So last time you were on, you had the iPad. You were nice enough to do the show under the weather, and they kept going like this, like I'd like to move, and I kept going like this in my chair.
And back me up. Didn't I even text you right after we shot that one?
Did.
I said, hey, I'm sorry, man. I know I was all over
You
the
did.
place.
In between the other random texts that you send me that I can't check. So let's see. If anyone has a question for Denny, let us know. You're good. Does he look good now?
Am I good?
Yeah. There's 2 in the chat.
He's voguing. There's 2 in the chat? That's what I thought. Go ahead, Ryan, take that.
So the first one was, what town in Florida for the Grapefruit League did Denny least like during spring training?
Ooh, that's a good one. Gosh.
The ones without a peekaboo, probably, I'm assuming. Although in Florida, that's pretty much everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a golf course down there. You're going to run into a strip club and a golf course. I would say, like, God, man, way back in the day, Melbourne, Florida was just kind of just nothing to do there. And I remember,
who plays in Melbourne, Florida? What team is?
I'm trying to remember who used to be there. I want to say the Twins even might have been there way back in the day. God, you know what's funny? I don't remember who was there,
Ryan,
but like it was just a ghost town, and the facilities were just horrible. You know, nowadays, man, we were talking about this. I was talking about this with my physical therapist today, saying how like some of these young guys don't know how good they have it now. It's just the spring training facilities that they have now. These brand new complexes, even just for spring training. You know, the Braves had that
in Orlando,
Cooler Day Park.
Jeez,
you know, not where they were, but now they're.
The Nationals are in Melbourne currently, but I don't know back when Denny played.
But yeah, before that, man, it was horrible. Like everything was just there was nothing to do there. The facilities were horrible. Now the Nationals, same thing. They have that brand new complex. It's beautiful now. So they built it up. But back in the day, I would say Melbourne was definitely up there. I just remember a bunch of guys when I first got to the big league camp and stuff. I remember even the older guys were saying, "Man, you don't even want to know what it looked like even 10, 15 years ago."
Wow. So spring training. I mean, opening day. What do you do for opening day? Are you going to be anywhere watching games, or do you go? Are you going to be going to Colorado, Atlanta games? What's your schedule this year for games?
I was, now that my son's away to college, that I won't do that anymore. But it became like that was one of my Christmas gifts to him every year. Was he loved going to opening day, so that I threw that in like the stocking and would be like, this affords you 2 tickets with your dad, whenever to go see opening day for the Rockies again. So we did that for like 3 or 4 years in a row, so it's pretty fun. Nowadays, honestly, Frank, I like sitting on the couch, dude, and putting a picture in a picture and watching all, as many games as I can.
You still have a TV with PIP capabilities? Because I thought they stopped making the picture-in-picture. Because nowadays it seems like you see on the internet, everyone just has 4 TVs. Because you know what I mean. But Paul, I like a picture-in-picture too.
Yes, picture-in-picture is always great. But now, you're right though too. But the NFL ticket also, they have those like the on the one channel box. You can have like does baseball have that? I don't even know.
I don't think baseball does the quad box. No, it's just they have the not yet. No. I looked at Jeff Parles for answers.
They did that. That would be better.
He's giving me this. He's giving me the wait. What happened?
YouTube TV allows
with my small bladder though, dude. I need to be close to my bathroom.
It sucks getting older. So, listen. I wanted to show you these jerseys. Do we have the jerseys? So, I had mentioned yesterday when we talked on the phone. They have these jerseys. Did you look at the pictures at all, or did you look at? Okay, can you throw up, Ann, whatever one we have? Okay, so look at the lettering on. Give me a break. That barely is wider than the number. Fanatics is okay. So customer service team is even responding. That looks wrong. Okay, yes. And then this one.
That's horrible.
I mean, first of all, this guy's name is awful. I don't know what's going on there. And then he looks like he's wearing a Halloween costume. And then they're see-through right there. So then they're see-through. And what did Fanatics do to the pants? Now they said for the players say, it's supposed to be lighter and wet wicking or sweat wet, whatever. But the players have filed a grievance, if I'm not mistaken, with the union going, these are a joke. So how superstitious baseball players can do. What do you think is going to happen with these unis?
Well, first of all I have to say is thank God they didn't have that as back in the day for Manny Sanguin and Dave Parker. See through?
The Cobra, yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
And then, but the players are just saying these are a joke. I mean, what are they? I mean, if you're not comfortable, like, you know what I mean, at the plate or on the mound, and you're like worried about your shirt,
Yeah, because I guess apparently I was talking to my son about it today, as a matter of fact, and I guess Nolan Arenado did give one compliment saying that it was really breathable and kind of lightweight, felt like, as far as the jersey top. But I agree I think Miles Michaelis was the one that said it, that, look, you're in the big leagues. When you're in the big leagues, you're accustomed to kind of not a certain way of life, but, the way they go about things and the way they, the professionalism, and I think he's right that the jerseys should emulate that, the stitching, the lettering, the way they fit and everything. And that falls way short. I mean, Frank, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't somebody make a joke about it? And then the Fanatics employee or whatever, said, "Oh, hey, you know what? Sorry about that. Our bad. We're going to get right on that." Yeah. But then they were like, "Oh my God, wait a minute. That really is our jerseys."
That person's no longer working on the customer service line at Fanatics. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm watching a spring. Okay, we have the Dodger Padre game. Someone just went deep. Who is that?
It's 8-0 in the first.
It's 8-0 in the first.
No way.
Yeah, they hit the 2. Yeah, the Dodgers hit 2 ground rule doubles to start the game. Ground rule doubles.
Okay.
And then Padlo homered.
Okay.
2-run homer.
All right. I'm glad Ryan's paying attention to a spring training game and not the show. But anyway, no, that's
as you were just doing.
You can do both. All right. Anyway, they already pulled the guy.
And you can do it.
Yeah, they pulled Musgrove when he gave up 4.
It was Joe Musgrove, the ex-Pirate.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and now they've given up another.
Ohtani's not playing today, right?
Correct.
Yeah, he only wants 50 at-bats. He says he only needs 50 at-bats. So I
believe he's gonna homer 30 times.
He's gonna, And by the way, we're gonna have to get to some player overs. We'll look at those later. But all right, so I'm gonna run to the window right now as the Dodgers lead 8-0 in the first. 103.5 wins sounds pretty good. Looks pretty good for them.
8-0, 1 out,
and there's only 1 out. And the guy who's coming in for the Padres is gonna give up more runs, and then he'll be working at Midas Muffler next week. So. All right, Denny, listen, I created a game for you. Before we talk about your appearance coming out here next month, I have a game that I made up this week. I played it with Ryan. It's Sweeping the Nation. Everyone's clamoring for more of it. So we're going to play it. And it's a game I called Triple Day instead of Triple Play. He was a baseball player. Did you ever pitch and have a triple play behind you?
I never did. Nope.
I was at a Pirate game when they were playing the Phillies, and Mickey Morandini had an unassisted triple play. There's only been like a handful in Major League history, and no one realized it at the time. He caught a line drive at second with runners in motion, and he stepped on and played and tagged the guy. That was a triple play.
But Frank, you have to say it, Mickey Morandini.
Yeah, that's like, yeah. I just love that. And Mickey Morandini is one of the great baseball names. All right, so this is how the game works, Denny. There are 3 famous athletes celebrating birthdays today. So I'm going to show you a picture of them. And it starts scrambled because Ann's a wizard with graphics. Thank you, Ann, for doing this. It'll unscramble. You'll have 5 seconds to name that athlete. And then I'm going to put up 3 ages, and one of them is how old they're turning today, okay?
Okay.
They're pretty solid. I think they're up your alley. Here we go. Triple Day. Here we go. Look, we even have a graphic for Triple Day. It's a fun little game we've created. We got a copyright. Here we go. Who is this number 1?
Dr. J.
That is Dr. J. Julius Irving, celebrating a birthday. How old is he today? 70, 74, or 76er? See what I did there?
I'm going to have to go with the 76er.
How old is Dr. J? He is 74. Oh, you took me over. Yeah, I mean, it was too good, right? The 76er thing.
I know. It sounded perfect.
Now, you've been on the show before, and we've talked about this. In January of 2001, we bumped into each other at the Atlantis, not even knowing each were going to be there. And Dr. J was in that casino amongst all the other athletes, but that was a pretty cool one to see, Dr. J.
Oh, man, definitely. Yep. I mean, that was one of my heroes growing up.
Right. Now, you grew up, who was your NBA team? Did you have an NBA team?
The Washington Bullets.
The Bullets, yeah. Yeah, my God. Well, are we allowed to say Bullets? We weren't.
Red Unseld, Elvin Hayes.
Yeah, right? I remember them on the Sports Illustrated cover with those red, white, and blue uniforms and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They were awesome. Of course, they're now the Wizards, Ryan, because Bullets was too violent. Caden, cover your ears. I don't want you to even hear Washington Bullets. It hurts the youth of America. They're the Wizards at blowing money on big contracts.
And the Commanders.
Oh, my God. You want that name changed, right? You don't want Commanders.
Yes. Yes.
Former season ticket holder. You got the new owner coming in, so maybe you got the number 2 pick, right?
Yes. Yep.
Who do they take?
I mean, dude, I would love to say Caleb Williams, but I'm hearing kind of like mixed reviews on him. I know. I'm hearing like what's the North Carolina kid is supposed to be a lot of GMs like him better.
Yeah, I know. Ryan, what do you think of the Bears' first pick? Who should they take? Ryan gave it up for Lent. He's not allowed to talk about the Bears quarterback situation for Lent.
Wait, what team?
Chicago Bears. He can't even say, look, Chicago, I ain't trying to get you.
Stop Bears.
Did you give anything up for Lent, Denny?
No.
No, okay. Ann, what did you
love to say I did, but I did.
Ann gave up. What did you give up, Ann? Smoking. Ann gave up smoking. She's never smoked in her life. All right, here we go. Triple day. Here's the second athlete celebrating a birthday on February 22nd. Who is this gentleman?
Michael Chang.
Wow. See, I know. His brother's a big tennis player, Denny's brother. So Michael Chang. Is Michael Chang 48, 52, or 54?
I want to say that he is pretty close to my age, so I'm going to say 54. If he's close to my age, he should be 39 then, but I'll go with 54.
52! Oh, he's 0 for 2. I know competitive Denny is. This is killing him. I remember when this happened in 1989. He is the youngest man to win a singles major. He was 17 years old and 109 days. 17 and 109. It's a weird thing to read, but anyway.
And dude, he barely had any velocity on his ground strokes and stuff, but he got everything back.
That wasn't the tournament where he was hurt and he was like underhand serving, or was that a different tournament?
Yes.
Was that the tournament?
Well, I don't know if it's the same one, but he definitely did that.
Yeah, remember that? He was like injured in a tournament, Ryan, and he couldn't overhand serve, and he was underhand serving, like trying to quick serve. It was amazing. It was unbelievable. But anyway, Michael Chang. Now, and your brother, Doug Nagel, his brother, is a tennis coach at what school?
At NSU, Nova Southeastern, down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
His brother's awesome. We used to sneak his brother underage into bars and restaurants. And the funny bone, Johnny Drama, Turtle. He was Turtle. But I remember the manager, Chris Drake, a friend of mine. After a show, his brother comes walking out and he goes, "Damn it! Did you sneak Nagel's brother in again?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like drunk. It was fun. All right, here's your last one, and this one's pretty cool. Here we go. Last Triple Day birthday. Let's see if you can identify this gentleman.
Well, is that Sparky?
That is Sparky Anderson. Now, here, this one, there's an asterisk to this one. That picture is him from the 1975 World Champion Cincinnati Reds. In that picture, Jeff Parles is live. Was he 41, 47, or 50?
I'm going to go with 41.
The answer is. Oh, wait. The answer is he was 41 years old. Okay, look at that. Look at that picture.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. It reminds me of like Steve Martin, you know, how he was brave at such a young age.
I mean, my God, 41 years old, full silver hair. He won the World Series the next year with the Reds, the Big Red Machine. They beat the Yankees in '76. They swept them, actually. And then he won it with Detroit wire to wire in '84. I remember Jack Morris, who you spoke of. That '84 Tigers team was just awesome. Kirk Gibson, Whitaker,
and there
Trammell.
was a huge trade that happened because of that changed the fate of the Atlanta Braves.
Doyle Alexander, is that the?
There you go.
Or Danny Darwin? It was Alexander, right?
Doyle Alexander
for John Smoltz.
John Smoltz, yep.
Oh,
you know, and it's so funny because Tiger fans were like, you know, and they go, "Oh, how did we let him go?" You know, but Doyle Alexander, they always forget he went like 12-0 down
something
the
like that. Yeah, he went like 10-1, 11-1, 12-0. Yeah, so absolutely. By the way, Sparky Anderson did pass away in 2010 at the age of 76. And I mean, that picture of, you're telling me people didn't look older in the 70s and ball players. He was 41 in that picture. He looked ancient. When I showed the crew, Ann's like, he's 41 in that? It was like, yeah, he was 41. Now you just mentioned
that's like the one, Frank, you know, when they showed like the clip of the Golden Girls, you know, at the height of that show and stuff, whatever, and the real ages though were like in their 40s or whatever.
Wait, how about Wilford Brimley is younger than you and I when he was in the movie Cocoon? Yes. Wilford Brimley in Cocoon was like 51 years old, and he looked like he was 80 because he was eating too much Quaker Oats. I don't know what he was doing wrong. And he's in the greatest baseball movie ever. He's in The Natural, for God's sakes.
I was going to say, he finally gave Roy Hobbs a job.
He did. And in that movie, you're like, oh, he's got to be at least 79 years old. He's like maybe 55 in The Natural, which was in 1994. Unbelievable. So you mentioned the name. Do you have anything for us, Ryan? I don't know if you were looking something up.
I was trying to get a picture, but it's not.
That's all right. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, here, David Sanders has a question for you. If Denny was commissioner for a day, what is the first thing he would change about the MLB?
Ooh, I would. Oh man, you know, I think I would have to say I would do away with the extra inning rule.
Yes,
I hate it.
Yes, it's stupid.
Yep. I mean, because if it's such a good thing, then why don't they continue it in the postseason? Because they know it's dumb. Yeah,
it's so dumb. And because, like I enjoy, once in a while, you're texting your friends. You're like, hey, you got to put on the MLB package. The Oakland game's in the 18th inning. And it's exciting. You got guys playing out of position. Yeah. You got position players going for a win on the mound. I miss it too. I do. I really do.
Yep. And it really, dude, it is some of the best managing you'll ever see. Because like you just said, Frank, I mean, the truth is pitchers usually pinch hit and pinch run in those games. Like you said, a position player ends up having to pitch 1 or 2 innings. It's crazy when that stuff happens. So the manager has to think about not just that game, but what's going to happen over the next 2 or 3 games too, and how they're going to set that up.
All right, Joey B., who's a regular live commenter. Joey, Denny is the best. We love him here in Colorado. He also says, Denny and Frank, do they share a barber? Some high hair this week. Everyone's been commenting that I have high hair this week. I don't know if it was the moisture in the air or the mood. Here, you want to see? Here, I can do that. Here we go. Let's just do this.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's get it up.
Oh, my gosh. There we go. Tommy boy all over again.
There we go. I look like... Wait, what did he say it was all over again? And then there was, let's see, who was your hardest out?
Ooh, so God, I mean, there was a couple guys used to. What was that? It was
from a guy named Tommy Green. Nothing to do with the baseball player. It's one of our fans.
There was a couple guys that really wore me out, man. Dante Bichette used to own me. I remember Reggie Sanders actually.
Oh wow!
What's crazy too, because he had some holes in his swing, but for some reason, dude, he just felt comfortable against me. Because I remember watching a game not too long ago that my son had downloaded on like a hard drive, and he was watching a game against the Padres. I pitched good, but Reggie Sanders went like 2 for 4 with a bomb against me, and it said go into that at bat. It said like, boy, but the announcers of the Padres were like, boy, Sanders has his number. He's already like, 10 for 24 with 5 bombs against him, whatever. And boom, he goes deep the next pitch. So, and then, there was a couple pesky guys back in the day used to own me, like Mark Lemke and Spike Owen.
I hated Mark Lemke. I hated Mark Lemke when he was with the Braves and in the playoffs in the early 90s with the Pirates. I don't want to talk, but Lemke was always one of those guys who just got on base and just tortured the Pirates. All right,
But then there was that Tony Gwynn guy who was like 8 for 40 off Nagel.
That's right. You love that one. Well, that plays into the B-Town dummy question. How many Hall of Famers did Denny strike out? Do you know? I mean, that's a hard question. That's really a dumb question, B-Town dummy. It's my friend Christian. I can say that, who you've met actually. But anyway,
well, yeah, God, that would be hard to even.
Well, Tony
think,
Gwynn. Did you strike Gwynn out?
Yep, I got him twice, so I definitely struck him out. I know I had to at least get. Well, I was going to say Poles, but he's not in yet.
He's in.
Geez, man, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't remember if I ever faced Wade Boggs or Cal. I did, but I don't. I think maybe I did get Cal once.
All right, we'll look it up for when you're here. We'll look that up for sure.
Yeah,
man.
we'll have to look that up.
Well, we're going to get some more stats. We'll have Ryan on that. We'll get some stats together, and me. Denny, listen, you're going to be here March 12th through the 15th. That's a Tuesday through Friday. You're going to be here to talk baseball. And speaking of John Smoltz earlier in that trade, we're hoping we might be able to do an interview with John Smoltz. And you already have Sean Casey booked. Sean Casey owed you one. I'm thrilled about that.
Yep. Sean Casey, can I say another one?
Yeah, please. I want you to.
Who was it in the studio? You were just telling me that loved
It's Caden is one of our social media guys. I don't know if we have the camera on or not. Kate, do we have the camera? There's Caden. Turn and wave. Tell him who's coming.
What's up, Caden?
Caden, very excited.
We're going to have Jonathan Silverman, the star, Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's. He's so excited about it. He's like, I saw this movie. I've been it's one of it. What did you say? It's one of your current favorite movies right now. He's been watching it a lot. So Weekend at Bernie's, we will have Jonathan Silverman on the show to please Caden. So Caden, you got to make sure you're here that day. But Denny, I know it's going to be fantastic. The Coronado Cafe is ordering extra grilled cheese with short rib for your stay, and that's our favorite sandwich by far. And listen, we're going to see you in about 3 weeks, I guess.
Can't wait, buddy.
I believe there's a Peekaboo here or two in town, so we'll have to maybe because it's spring training.
Strip clubs in Vegas?
I don't know. I'll do some research.
Ryan said they did.
I don't know who to ask. All right. Denny Nagel, ladies and gentlemen, March 12th to the 15th will be here. Denny, as always, thank you, brother. Appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you, Denny.
We'll see you in a couple weeks. I love it. He's the best. Let's just bring Jeff Parles right in. We got Jeff. I can take these headphones off. There he is. Denny was the best. That's awesome. You moved the Denny action. Oh, he's holding the Denny action figure. That's the shot we're used to seeing from Denny Nagel right there. Off center. Now his keyboard. That looked like a car accident.
This is actually a really cool action figure because the arm moves too.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
There you go. That's the old Southpaw Denny Nagel.
But by the way,
yes, Jeff.
By the way, that's fine. If you want to go JP, that's fine.
Okay.
That was one of them. The one that stuck through like growing up was Pals.
Pals?
Yeah, just like shortening the last name.
Parles.
Yeah. But what I was going to say though, before I interrupted myself, I am stunned that Caden knows what Weekend at Bernie's is.
I think
I'm stunned.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Is it on Netflix or where?
Recently? Yeah.
What's that?
He had never seen it, so he started watching it recently.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I
can't even remember the last time I saw that movie. It's been a while.
I haven't seen it in a while too, but I don't want to excite him too much. But I believe there's a Weekend at Bernie's 2 as well. Is there not a sequel?
If there is, it's a hard. I haven't seen it because it probably was terrible.
It's the same. I'm almost positive.
Sure. I think you're right.
How can you replicate that movie?
I think it was just like he was still dead and they wanted to part. Yeah. There is a
it's Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Who's in it? Is it the same? Is it McCarthy and Silverman? Or is it two different guys?
Silverman's in it. McCarthy's in it.
Yeah. They probably paid him a boatload of money.
I mean, it has a hearty 13% on Rotten Tomatoes.
There you go. I go by IMDb, which probably
4.8. That's 4.8 is pretty bad on IMDb.
That's my favorite IMDb. Well, yeah, Caden, you have a whole sequel to watch. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make when Jonathan Silverman's on. We're gonna have Caden do a review of Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Oh, I'm sure that will go over well.
No, maybe just the first one. Yeah, we won't talk about the second one. He was also in Jonathan Silverman was in Caddyshack 2. He was the lead in Caddyshack 2. So a couple sequels under his belt. I've been to games. I've been out with Danny and Silverman. He's a good dude, so he'll be on. That'll be fun. Jeff, so what else is going on with you, man? We have a lot of...
That's a great question. I mean, the
NBA's back. Now, here's
it's Thursday.
I want to talk to you about the California parlay we're thinking about doing. Because today is National California Day. That's why we're thinking about it. You know how this national calendar...
You're just making up days as we got... No, I'm just saying, people are just making the... Oh, yeah. By the way, we never celebrated National Popcorn Day correctly.
Well, it's because I was on the keto. I didn't want to have a big bucket here and eating it throughout the show.
It's all on you.
You're a big popcorn guy.
Look, popcorn, movies.
Yeah.
There's no better snack for
Yeah.
Honestly, even just sitting behind us.
Yep.
Again, they have the value upstairs. The value upstairs at the bowling alley. Have to bring it up. I mean, look, look where our studio is. I have to promote the best value in Vegas, which is the large popcorn upstairs at the bowling alley for under $4.
And a hot dog for $1.50.
I actually prefer the large thing of popcorn over the hot dog. No offense to Hot Dog Cart, which is obviously legendary. But the popcorn upstairs at the bowling alley, the big bucket, spectacular.
How much is it?
Under $4.
Under $4. Yeah. Jeff knows the price.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that was a common Sunday snack in here.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. Oh, shoot.
Whoa! Five in the jar.
No,
five in the jar.
No, there's no swear jar. I have a couple. Why don't we talk about Adrian Peterson? Can we do the Adrian? Let's do posts with punchlines. Do I know roll the graphic or do we skip the graphic today? And it's all right. We're rolling it. Skipping it. All right. It's post time. I don't know if you saw Adrian Peterson. So go ahead. Adrian Peterson in Texas hold him up because he feels like he's being robbed. Anyway, Adrian Peterson, who's had some money problems after playing in the NFL.
Okay. Didn't know that, but okay.
Yeah, he's had some money problems. Well, there's reasons why. Maybe that's because this was his 30th birthday party back in 20. He spent millions on flying everyone to Houston, first class, putting them up at a first class hotel. He hired snakes. He had ice sculptures that were like $100,000 each, and he came in on a camel.
Yeah.
So apparently, there's a company in Houston that's auctioning all his stuff off. Right. So this was announced yesterday. All his trophies. Does he have an MVP? I think he even has an MVP, right?
MVP, Rookie of the Year,
Rookie of the Year.
Even his Walter Payton Man.
So AP, everyone's like, oh, cool. Maybe I can buy a little piece of AP stuff. But then what happens? AP comes out 2 hours later and says, whoa.
Yeah, they were not supposed to put that stuff up for the
They
auction.
were not supposed to.
Yeah.
So now there's a controversy whether or not that's even going to happen. So TMZ posted a video of him saying that his Rookie of the Year and all that, and he didn't want that put up for auction. And you know how much money he made in his playing career?
Had to have made six figures, right?
$100 million is what it says.
Made sense.
100 more than Mitch Keller will make with the Pirates.
He needed to win Dancing with the Stars. He couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Well, he would have the Crystal Ball Trophy up for auction probably too, which is the prize on Dancing with the Stars. And I know that, which is very scary because I used to work on that show.
Did you?
I did warm up a bunch for it on and off. And Florence Henderson, Mrs. Brady,
of course,
was there one day, and I pointed her out, and I said, "Oh, Mrs. Brady, like a second mom." Then she passed away a week later. Felt very bad, but I got to say thank you to her, Mrs. Brady. Brady Bunch. Name one other Brady. Ryan, go. Tom Brady. Cindy's correct.
Thank you.
What were the other posts we had? The two we added late. What was?
Well, we had that video. The Adrian Peterson posted the video, and then we also had the Detroit Wings.
Yeah. Do you know about this Wings thing? Go ahead, read this one out.
The Pistons, every time they win, you're supposed to get 5.
You get 5 wings when they win.
5 free wings.
I have not won a lot this year.
No. Yeah. So when they went on their record losing streak of 28 games, it went viral that no one had been able to claim wings.
Right.
And then they finally won, and so everybody flooded to Wingstop.
They made like $19 million. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that quarter.
A 46% jump.
Yeah. Right. So the Pistons. So you'd think, they're busy.
Well, granted, it is football. That quarter, obviously, that last quarter of the year is football season.
Right. Exactly.
But that's still outrageous.
God, Jeff crunching the numbers. That is a very good point. But isn't that amazing? But by the way, so you think, oh my God, they're going to lose their money because they're going to give it away. No. Once you come in there, you're not just going to get 5 wings. You're going to get some more wings. You're going to get a drink.
I am a big fan of the lemon pepper.
That was the one that Giannis was a big fan of too. And there was a picture of Giannis.
Yeah, scanning the QR code.
Scanning a QR code and their sales went up.
No, that's not the most famous lemon peppers we know. Of course, Lou Will in Atlanta back in the day. Ryan knows exactly.
Lou?
Yeah. No, what? Huh? Is that a place?
So okay, now you're gonna actually make me have to look it up real quick.
While you're looking that up, we'll do the last post that we had. EA Sports College Football. It's been on.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
So Magic City, which is adult entertainment.
Okay. Well, we've already talked about it.
For regardless, they are famous for their chicken wings.
Really?
Yes. And what was it with Lou? What was the exact story with Lou? He legitimately.
Who's Lou?
Lou Williams. Sweet Lou Williams, the basketball player.
Yeah.
It was with the bubble. That's right.
Yeah.
It was He had to end up missing a game in the bubble because he went to Magic City to get the wings. Yeah. It's just totally ridiculous.
That's right. He snuck out or something of the
It was
bubble.
totally ridiculous. In way of the Clippers blowing a 3-1 lead, the Doc Rivers probably saw coming. That's one of the best memes of all time now, what's going on the last few days.
It is. I forgot I had the Heat Miser hair going on.
Yeah,
Your hair looks great, by the way.
thank you.
Don't listen to the haters. The hair looks great.
Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
The Heat Miser, shut up, Beatdown Dummy. We have Joey B. has a couple of Jeff Parles messages. What's the story on the Devils jersey from Bettman? We need to hear that story.
Joey, I've told that story like 3 times.
Oh, okay. Should we skip it?
No, I'll be very quick. When I was so Gary Bettman's daughter actually went to my high school.
Oh, okay.
She was a few years older than me. So you remember they called
she failed a couple courses?
No. Do you know what have you ever heard the Tricky Tray auction?
No.
So basically, like it's more like a raffle more so than anything. But for whatever reason, they came up.
Stuff is.
What was that?
Said it's where Adrian Peterson's stuff is right now.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good. So basically, there was an auction where there was a day where one of the things up for auction was that you got to spend a day at the NHL offices, quote unquote, shadowing Gary Bettman.
Oh, okay, all right.
And it was me and someone I went to high school with. We were the two that ended up getting it.
Oh, wow.
And spent the day at the NHL offices. Met Brendan Shanahan,
Cool.
Of course, Red Wings.
Former player, yeah.
We met Keith Primo, who might be the big. I can't believe Keith. You remember Keith Primo?
He was huge.
You of course remember.
Him, yeah.
Keith Primo was a defenseman for the Flyers for a long time.
Saw fights with him.
Yeah, but the fact that man could skate as well as he did after seeing him in person is amazing. He's like 6'8".
Yeah. Right.
And then at the end of the day, Bettman was very kind to us the whole day. He's great to us and gave us a personalized jersey. Who we told him at the beginning of the day, he asked us, hey, what are your favorite teams? At the time, it was for me. Obviously, the Knights were seven, 8 years from existence at that point. Right. But grew up in northern New Jersey, and he gave me a personalized Parles jersey with the number 10 on it because it happened in 2010. It is still in my closet in New Jersey to this day.
It's a good song. Glad Joey B brought that up. It's a good story.
Yeah, but I have told that story multiple times.
I don't know
but
if
it's
I
good
heard
though.
that one.
Yeah, not on this show though.
Parles, exactly. Parles in Magic City, laughing my A off. Frank is big on the pot stickers at the Orchids of Asia. I don't know what that means, Frank. What is Orchids of Asia?
Do we want to know what that is?
That's by one of my besties there, which, by the way, a man my age should never say besties. But anyway, Virgie, what are you talking? I don't know what he's talking about there, but
okay. I just
and Bob,
I just did it in the incognito search.
Oh,
let's just say it's a fan favorite of Robert Kraft.
And Bob Dell, if you're still watching, the rice that was available at I can't remember the name of the place. I can't remember he knows the joke I'm trying to think of. What was it? The Cricket. All right. Anyway, let's see. Wings and Parles. I know Joey B has a weird line. How many wings can Parles eat in one sitting? Over under 14 and a half.
Over. Easy over.
Wow.
Easily. Yeah. It depends on how hungry I am, obviously. But 14 and a half. Again, Joey, we talked about this. Don't make bad lines. We're just going to hammer them and destroy your book.
All right. Speaking of picks, we're doing the California parlay tonight.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah, there's a lot of NBA action all in California since it's National California Day. Before we digress, Lakers at Warriors is around 6 points because LeBron is out.
Correct.
Clippers at Thunder, Oklahoma at home's around 1.5 or 2. And then the Kings hosting the Spurs minus around 9.5.
So wait a second here. You have one big problem right now.
Well, there's two California teams.
You have the Lakers playing the Warriors.
Well, we're not counting it since LeBron's out there now.
So the Lakers, you're throwing them back to the George Mikan days.
Back to Minneapolis, which is why they're called the Lakers.
I'm surprised you're just not going to bet the 3 overs. Surprised you're just not going to do that.
Well, no, here's the reason Ryan brings up. If you bet the money line on the 3 winners, it's plus 222, and today's date is
221. According to you early in today's episode.
Oh, no, it's 222. Don't mess me up on days. Leap year is going to totally screw me up. So we're thinking maybe doing that parlay.
Money lines of all the home teams.
Money lines of all the home teams.
So it's the 3 favorites?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that pays that good?
Yes.
Surprised it pays that good.
It's because it's 222.
Yeah.
That's the deuces are wild.
Oh, because wait, hold on. The Thunder are now favored.
Yes.
So you're betting the Thunder.
Right. All the home teams.
So I didn't realize the Thunder were on the favorite.
The Thunder
Okay.
at home or favorite.
Okay.
Sacto's 9.5.
So you're betting against. Okay. So you're betting against 2 California teams on national. That's bad. That's bad mojo.
Well, you're going to have to bet against one at least.
Yeah. I don't know. That's bad mojo, guys.
What? Yeah, there you go. 2 and 2 on 222.
220. Okay, too many twos. Too many deuces.
No, you can't have enough twos on this date.
You can't. It's 222.
I don't know. Just get a pair of pockets. Get a pair of deuces in your poker game, Frank. You'll be in great shape.
That's what you gotta do.
That's what Ryan's telling me.
And how are we coming along on the South Point Studios softball team? Do we have the registration yet? Matt and Everett and I were talking about we got to get a team together. We should all play together. It'd be fun.
You manage the team?
Player manager. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. What happened?
Next post.
Next post. Last post. Do it quickly, Ryan. We'll wrap up the show. College football. EA Sports coming out with their first version in years.
Yeah, since 2013.
So this is their offer to players. Explain what this is.
Yeah, so players in college football can opt in to being in the game, and if they do decide to opt in, they'll get paid $600 each.
And a copy of the game.
And get a copy of the game. And so, yeah.
What player won't do that, right? Every college player can do that. Of course, you mentioned the military is not allowed.
Service academies are not allowed.
Service academies won't be able to. There's going to be able. I would not be surprised if there were some players that don't say that's enough money, even though.
Yeah.
Even though
there are players that are able to become like game ambassadors, and then they get extra money on top.
So the kid from Ohio State I already saw did that today with the corner Ward. Wow. Don't be surprised if that happens more so than not. That you end up with. Look, if I were First off, if I were if I were a college kid and we're playing college football, first off, I'd be dead. Right. Second off,
you'd be able to run an 8.5 minute mile.
No, I'd be done on that. Done on that anyway, Ryan. No, I think this is no brainer because if you're getting paid for free promotion here, and to have your name in the first college football game that's happened in 11 years? Yeah, I think that's well worth it.
And I believe Livy Dunn will also be in that game. She's taking the $600. She takes every. And Caitlin Clark and Livy Dunn both have agreed to be part of that game because they've taken the money. Smart girls.
Take Frank's money.
That was a fun show. Jeff, thank you. What do you have today? On
2 hours from now, Jimmy Vaccaro came by the studio and was like, hey, if you need me today?
Heck yeah.
Right, absolutely. So Jimmy's going to open the show.
Okay.
Then we'll have Kai McKeon of Three Man Weave. Then we'll have you.
I come close. I'm coming in.
You're the closer. You're Mariano Rivera today.
I'm Rivera. I'm throwing the splitter. I'm doing it. The cutter. I'm doing it. I'm closing the show. It's about 3:40 or so.
Yeah, 3:30, 3:40, whenever you want to come up. Whenever you want to show up, we'll put you on. You know
All right, I'll do it. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, so that's in 2 hours. If you're looking for something to watch right now, I would switch over to this thing landing on the moon. There's some sort of shuttle. I tweeted about it. Go to my Twitter. There's a link there at Frank Nicotero. There's an unmanned vehicle landing on the moon right about now. Might be pretty cool.
It's the IM-1 mission.
The IM-1 mission. Yeah, the IM-1, of course. Everyone knows about that. But anyway, they're landing on the moon. And then today, right after Sports by the Book, stunt trivia. We got to play. We got to play trivia.
Oh, that's right. Where last week we somehow, there was one person who won, and we had the right answer. We were already eliminated.
We were eliminated.
James Harden, it's all your fault.
James Harden screwed you up, damn it. So anyway, we really appreciate you guys watching the show. This, again, very, very active live comments. We appreciate it, guys. Make sure you share the shows. Come back for Jeff's show. Plus, we have 2 other shows. You know, we have Race Day Las Vegas with Ralph Sirocco, and our newest show, Gone Racing with Brendan Gone. Airs Thursdays live, 10 a.m. was this morning.
Yes.
And Brendan Gone, you can watch that show on our YouTube page. So we appreciate it. Sean and Caden, Ryan, any final thoughts?
Next week's Gone Racing will be on Wednesday.
We'll be on Wednesday. Yeah. Next week we'll be on Wednesday.
And then our episode tomorrow, for the first time, we'll have Vinny Maliulo.
Yes, Vinny. Vinny! Vinny's on our show for the first time. Chris Andrews is on vacation. Vinny was kind enough to come in. Next Wednesday, when Alex is here, we have comedian Lunel, who you've seen in a million movies. She confirmed today. And my buddy Chris Newberg is coming in next week, who told the story about Oasis and John Cougar Mellencamp, and he's bringing his guitar. He's hysterical. So, again, thank you. Please share the show. We appreciate you guys watching. Punchlines live in Nevada. Every show.